Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. The matchup between the Marshall Thundering Herd and the Wright State Raiders presents a compelling contrast in styles and recent form. Marshall has been inconsistent, alternating wins and losses over their last 6 games, while Wright State has seen a dip in form but remains a tough team to beat at home. The Thundering Herd's offense has shown flashes of potential, averaging 76.4 points per game, but their inefficiencies, particularly from three-point range, 26.1%, have been glaring. Their loss to UNC Wilmington highlighted their struggles, as they shot poorly from beyond the arc, 7-30, and the free throw line, 10-24. Defensive lapses, including allowing opponents to shoot 47.2%, and issues with turnovers, 13 per game, have compounded their challenges. Nate Martin has been the bright spot for Marshall, leading the team with 12.9 points and 8.3 rebounds per game. The Raiders have leaned on their efficient offense, which averages 76.5 points per game on an impressive 49.7% shooting from the field. Brandon Noel, a standout performer, is scoring 20.1 points per game while shooting 55.7% and leading the team in rebounds and blocks. Wright State's ability to dominate in the paint, complemented by strong outside shooting, 38.4% from 3, gives them an edge. Defensively, they've held opponents to 70.9 points per game, and their disciplined play at home, 3-0 SU, makes them a formidable opponent. Wright State's physicality and efficiency in the paint, spearheaded by Noel and Jack Dumbia, will be a significant challenge for Marshall. The Raiders' methodical approach to controlling tempo, especially at home, could neutralize the Thundering Herd's slightly faster pace. While Marshall has the ability to generate offense, their defensive vulnerabilities and reliance on streaky shooting could spell trouble against a more balanced Wright State team. Predictions. Spread. Wright State -5 points. The Raiders' superior efficiency on both ends and their home court advantage make them strong favorites to win and cover the spread. Total points. Under 151.5. Both teams have shown tendencies toward lower scoring games recently, with Wright State controlling tempo and Marshall struggling to consistently produce offensively. KenPom's adjusted offensive rankings further suggest a game that won't see explosive scoring. This matchup provides a critical opportunity for Wright State to assert their dominance at home, while Marshall will need to address their inconsistencies to stay competitive. UTEP versus Louisville. The UTEP Miners enter their first-ever matchup against a power conference school, riding high on a 3-game winning streak, having claimed victory in 5 of their last 6 outings. Their most recent triumph was an 88-point explosion on Saturday, their highest-scoring game since the season opener. The Miners demonstrated offensive efficiency, shooting 56.1% from the field, converting 7 three-pointers, and going 17, 4, 19 from the free throw line. They dominated in transition, forcing 17 turnovers and converting them into 27 points. Bench depth played a pivotal role, with Ahmed Bynum leading the charge with 19 points in just 18 minutes. Otis Frazier III also contributed 18 points, adding 5 assists and 4 rebounds to his efficient performance. UTEP's season metrics highlight a balanced, aggressive approach. Offensively, they averaged 75.8 points per game, shooting 46.7% from the field and an impressive 39.7% from beyond the arc. Their defense is particularly formidable, leading the nation with 12.1 steals per game and allowing just 65.4 points per contest. However, rebounding remains a glaring weakness, with their 29.1 boards per game ranking among the lowest nationally. Frazier anchors the team on both ends, averaging 13.6 points for 0.2 rebounds and 3.5 assists per game. In stark contrast, the Louisville Cardinals have hit a rough patch, dropping 3 consecutive games after a promising 5-1 start. Facing elite competition, their offense has sputtered, averaging just 64 points over the losing streak. In their recent defeat to Duke, Louisville held a halftime lead but faltered in the second half, managing only 28 points on 37.3% shooting. Despite their struggles, the Cardinals' bench showed promise, contributing 31 points, led by Terrence Edwards Jr., a 21-point effort. Chucky Hepburn, their leading scorer, endured a rare off night, shooting just 2 for 11. Louisville's season averages show a middling offense at 76 points per game, shooting 42.8% overall and a concerning 28.2% from deep. They excel on the glass, pulling down 38.7 rebounds per game, but turnovers have hindered their efficiency, reflected in a 1.02 assist-to-turnover ratio. Defensively, the Cardinals allow 68.1 points per game, with opponents shooting 42.2% from the field. This matchup pits Louisville's rebounding dominance against UTEP's relentless defensive pressure. The Miners' ability to force turnovers, averaging a nation-leading 20.3 per game, will be tested by a Louisville team that values possession but has struggled against top-tier defenses. Conversely, UTEP's rebounding woes could prove costly against a Cardinals squad capable of controlling the boards. Despite their recent slump, Louisville's experience against top-tier opponents gives them the edge in this contest. Their size and depth, particularly on the boards, should overpower UTEP's undersized lineup. Expect Hepburn to bounce back offensively, providing the spark needed to secure a decisive victory. Pick Louisville minus 14.5 points. The game's tempo and defensive focus suggest a low-scoring affair. Neither team has consistently capitalized on their offensive pace, and both rely on defensive pressure to create scoring opportunities. This should keep the total under control. Pick under 143.5 points. This matchup between North Dakota and Utah Valley is shaping up as a clash between two teams looking to rebound from early season challenges. Let's break this down for all you bettors and hoops fans out there. Utah Valley is back at the UCCU Center, where they've historically dominated first halves in night games. They're hungry to snap their four-game skid and are playing just their third home game this season. The Wolverines fell to North Dakota earlier in the season, 77-71, but they've been tested by tougher opponents since then and are poised to avenge that loss. Dominic Nelson, Carter Welling, and Tanner Toulson lead the charge, and while their offense struggled against James Madison, look for them to find their rhythm against a shaky North Dakota defense. Opponents are torching the Fighting Hawks, shooting over 53% from the field. That's almost like playing against an open gym. They've been outscored consistently in the second halves of games, and let's not forget their dreadful 18-game losing streak on Wednesdays. Coincidence? Maybe, but history isn't on their side. Meyer Panom and George Natsvishvili are coming off career games, but can they replicate that magic against a motivated Utah Valley team? Betting picks. Spread. Utah Valley minus 8.5 feels justified here. The Wolverines have a strong home court advantage, and North Dakota's road record is less than inspiring. Expect Utah Valley to pull away late, capitalizing on North Dakota's defensive lapses. Total points over 144.5 is the move. Both teams struggle defensively, and with their scoring trends, this game screams high-octane offense. Utah Valley has cleared the total in 6 of 8 games, and North Dakota is no stranger to shootouts either.